Hey everybody, it's time to talk profiles. Welcome to Comic Profiles. I'm your comic profiler, the American Samurai. And today we're talking about the first cover star of Wham Comics, who had two exciting adventures, Craig Carter. For those of you familiar with the Fate Night Stay series, Craig Carter's gimmick is interesting. Craig Carter has the unique ability to summon both heroes and villains. Craig Carter was created by Does it say second appearance was created by? Just by Robin. I don't think it means Boy Wonder. Well, anyways. Craig Carter possesses a uniquely powerful magic ring. In his debut appearance, it says that it can summon gods. In his second story, it's referred to as being able to summon gods and heroes. So essentially, for those of you who are fans of the Fate Night Stay anime, it's pretty similar to that. Now, there are some problematics. First of all, it refers to Zeus as the god of wisdom, which he is not. Technically, that's Athena. If the comic was accurate or whoever wrote it had any knowledge of the gods or goddesses at all, Zeus would be bragging on Athena. I mean, come on. Zeus is still a father, and a father will always brag on his daughter. Carter never summons the goddesses, even though he supposedly has a connection to Egypt through archaeology. He doesn't seem to have any knowledge of the Egyptian Parthenon. It's hinted in the first story about summoning Thor. He does summon Thor in the second story, which I did not know until I read it, which I'm glad he does. He summons several gods. Zeus seems to be his favorite, as he shows up in multiple stories. Mercury, Pluto, also known as Hades, and the mighty Thor, different version. He never summons any of the goddesses. He never summons anyone from the Egyptian Parthenon. And they all seem to be sealed in the ring. Now, I don't know if this means he is limited in the gods he can summon, or somehow all the gods are summoned there, or it's just the gods, and the goddesses aren't in there. They may have escaped the fate. I don't know. Pluto's only there does. And I don't know if they prefer certain names, or he can summon different versions of the same god or goddesses. Could he summon both Pluto and Hades? I don't know. He only ever seems to summon one at a time, as Craig Carter never seems to summon both multiple times. And it's usually, and there's continuity in the story, which I find interesting. Like when Zeus appears at the nightclub because his fiance accidentally twists his ring. That's actually a plot point in the second story going forward, which I really enjoyed, because that's not something you see in a lot of 1940 stories. Overall, the stories are good and worth reading. The only problem, I think, is Craig Carter's costume is a little generic. In the second book alone, most of the characters are wearing blue suits. The only thing that really stands out is the yellow tie and gray fedora. I'll be sure to post up the reimagining version I did of him, where I've given him I've done my version of him. He make up a mascot for the channel. Overall, the stories are interesting, and if you're a fan of Fate Night Stay, I think you'll enjoy them. Later on, he shows the ability that he can have people actually put people in the ring, because he has Thor take the two bad guys and put them in the ring, but it also shows the gods cannot go back in the ring if they want to, because Pluto actually leaves, doesn't go back in the ring. So I think they're setting up Pluto for a third story that never happens, where Carter has to actually go find him, either battle him or convince him to go back into the ring, so he can do good. Because I think the thing is, whoever has the ring, which he got from a friend, controls the gods. Now, as to why the mysterious friend didn't keep the ring or why he gave it to him, apparently he just had help. Maybe he just didn't think he could trust himself with the ring. I don't know. But anyways, that's my profile on Craig Carter, the heroic archaeologist. Now, the main reason that in the beginning of the story, the first story, he actually says that he's going to become a crime fighter. So he's already going to become a crime fighter regardless. The ring was just kind of given to him out of pure luck. He didn't find the ring on his own, he just got it. That was kind of his Aladdin's lamp. Do I think the character could have gone outside of the comic series? I think if he had given time and been refined, I think Craig Carter could have been a character that Sundar could have done more with, yes. I think he had potential. The summoning aspect is unique because I don't think a lot of Golden Age characters had that ability. I think he could have been something for Centaur. In fact, I think they could have used him, specifically upgraded him to heroes. He could have done people like Speed Centaur or the Buzzard for backup, because there's apparently no limit to what he could do now that they added heroes into there. In fact, I think they were going to do that. I think that's where they add heroes. I think at one point he was going to summon like Speed Centaur or the Buzzard or other characters maybe for crossovers. But that never happened. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Craig Carter could have gone beyond Wham Comics? Maybe he had his own series like Black Terror in America's Finest? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Craig Carter could have been a solo hero? Or maybe even had his own team? And if so, who would you put in Craig Carter's team? And which gods or heroes do you think Craig Carter should have summoned? Alright, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you're new. And I'll be back again with another look at the last cover hero for issue 2, Blue Fire.